My name is Denny Geyer, and this is Wednesdays We Craft. So I'm pretty excited about this because I've been wanting to do something where I could bring crafters and artists and makers, what have you, together so we can all talk about fun things we want to make. We can give advice or, just inspire. So today, I thought since it's 2020, New Year's Day, woo! We could make something inspired by the 1920s and update it to today. So I picked a headband that has feathers and jewels. So feathers, woo! A little jewel thingy and some pearls and a headband. So basically I just gave myself a budget of $20 at Hobby Lobby, and I thought if I can make it, $20 or under, it was well worth it. So I don't think I quite hit 20, I think it was like 15. So I tried to make it affordable, so if you wanted to follow along, you could. And you can be random. I tried to update it by just making it colorful and putting, my own spin to it. So I think it'll be fun. So the supplies for today's craft are a hot glue gun, and I put this little piece of plastic underneath it so that way it doesn't drip on my table. And then extra hot glue. I got pliers just in case, you never know. And then this pretty headband, I thought it had enough to work with so we could add to it. And I feel like it's a little more modern than the flapper type of headband. Then we have this pretty jewel. I love it. And it's got lots of purple and pretty shiny stuff. Then I got some purple feathers. This is some interface. You can buy it by the yard. It's not too expensive. I think it's like a couple dollars. But I just thought that'd be cool to support the feathers. You'll see. And then I have some pearls. Some tacky glue. I thought that might be helpful if the hot glue wouldn't work in places. And some scissors. Oh, and then I found this old headband. I thought it might be fun for the pretty jewels. It kind of reminded me of the 20s. I might cut that up and use parts of that. I haven't decided. I'm pretty much just gonna wing it. So yeah. Okay, so with any project, I always kind of like to take everything I have and lay it out and see if it's gonna look good together. So I kind of had an idea of this could go like that. And then the feathers, I will cut them to fit the shape better. It'll be smaller. Could go like that. So yeah, I think that'll look nice. It'll be a little better shaped. I'm going to take my interface, and I have this bag, my handy dandy bag as I call it. So it has scissors, a paint knife, I don't know why that's in there, but anyway, pins, X-Acto knife, some pencils, a pencil sharpener, and an eraser. Just handy things that every crafter / artist could use. So yeah, I recommend having one of those, just your most frequently used things. Also, it helps me pick it up and hide it from my daughter because she's 3 and likes to mess with all my crafty supplies. Who could blame her? They're so fun, right? So I'm going to find a pencil. There we go. And now I'm just going to outline. I'm going to put this here to see what would fit it. But I'm going to basically outline the general shape that I want my feathers to take. And the interface will also support it and keep the feathers together. So when I put it on the headband, it'll be easier to glue. Instead of gluing tiny little feathers and getting hot glue all over myself, I can just glue this little interface pad. Okay, so now I'm going to keep my jewel thing here just so I can see for frame of reference where it's going to hit. Then I'm just going to get some of my feathers and try to lay them out in a pretty pattern around it. And I'm just gonna honestly snip these because they're kind of wild. Okay. Then I'm going to snip off the ends because it's a little long. I want a couple more feathers just so I can completely cover up the white interface. I feel like that looks pretty good. So now I'm just gonna just cut my feathers and kind of follow the shape that I want. So it'll all look fairly uniform. There we go. So then I'm gonna sweep that aside. Ooh, yeah, I'm excited. That's gonna be cute. Woo-hoo. Okay, so now I'm gonna glue my feathers on. Okay, now I'm gonna find the place that I want to put it. Like that's not high enough. There we go. That way we can see the pretty jewel. So when you put it on, it should be just by your ear. Oh, I'm gonna add them on the other side too, because that might look weird. Yep, see? Things you think of as you go. That's another important thing as a crafter or maker. It's important to improvise because there's always another problem to be solved. I feel like that's a lot of what art and, you know, crafting / making, a lot of it is just figuring out how to fix problems. So yeah, never give up though. There's always a solution, I've found, and sometimes it may be silly or weird, but you never know. Sometimes the silly and weird things end up being the best. I always know a piece of my artwork is good when my husband says, "Oh my gosh, that's so weird." I'm like, "Oh, thank you. That's the sweetest thing you could have said." So yeah, don't afraid to get weird. It's all good. I am gonna leave the middle open a little bit just so I can glue that part. I'm gonna just cut that feather away real quick, just that little part, because it won't be sticking up, yeah. So it's all good. There we go. We'll cut off the side of that. Oh my gosh, there's gonna be feathers everywhere. Okay, let's see. Oh yeah, see, that solved it. It's really nice. You can't even tell. Don't bump your hands on that. Ooh. Okay, you can't even tell from the back. I'm gonna add a little bit more right there. So since this has a pin, I'm just gonna try to stick it into the headband. I feel like that'll be a little more secure. And if that doesn't feel like it's secure enough, you could always reinforce it with some hot glue. But it's hard to get in there, so I feel like it'd be hard to get out. wobbly, but that's okay. It's just because it's so big. It'll still look nice when it sits. I like that. So I feel like that would be the front, you know, you put it on. Okay, so now I'm gonna figure out how I want to do the beads. Or even like these could look nice, or that might be too much. But I feel like in the 20s, there couldn't be too much. They liked lots of fancy things, and they liked all the sparkles and feathers. I bet it was like code. Wasn't that when Prohibition was? Like, hey, if you're dressed like this, you like to party. If you're all flashy and whatnot. I'm kind of liking that. I think that might be really cool. So I decided to cut the headband from before because I thought it fit the 20s type feel, you know? I thought I could just put it over here along the rest of the headband. So this side I'm just gonna leave plain black because I feel like this doesn't need any more, but this side did. So I'm just gonna take this part and glue it. So it's cool because this type of style I'm going for, it was for an evening look because during the day they would wear hats, but it wasn't appropriate to wear hats at night, I guess. So yeah, and I think that's why they're always so flashy and sparkly because, you know, evening wear is always like that. Ooh, that fits on there nicely. It's like it was made for it. And it's cool because Hobby Lobby does sell headbands like this, so does Michael's. So if you're ever looking for a headband like this, I would recommend there. But you could really do anything, honestly, to make this work. Just lots of bedazzling and feathers, and you can add pearls in there too. I didn't find a place to put pearls in it this time, but if you wanted to, you totally could. I thought it might be cool to put pearls in the feathers, but then I was like, oh, this is so busy and this is so busy. But that was another idea that could be cool, just putting little pearls throughout the feathers if yours doesn't feel like it's too busy. But in the 20s, I feel like they really didn't have a thing as, you know, too much. They liked being flamboyant and over the top. I mean, look at flapper dresses, can I tell you? Whew. Not only did their bodies move, but their dresses moved. Fun, fun. So yeah, I think that looks pretty cool. So as you can see, it's pretty nifty. I feel like anywhere I go, people are gonna ask me, ooh, where'd you get that? And I could be like, oh, I made it myself. Yay. Pretty fun. So for 2020 New Year's resolution, I don't believe in resolutions. I feel like they're always broken. But I do have a wish. I wish to be more crafty and connect with more people. So if you enjoyed this, I'd love for you to join our Facebook group. It's, you know, a community rather than, you know, just updates. You can post crafty things, or you can tell me what you'd like me to do next. I would love that. So yeah, if you want to be more crafty with me, tune in on Wednesdays and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Oh, also a list of supplies will be below. So, and it was Wednesdays we craft.